observed all these commandments, which the Lord hath spoken unto Moses. So it's better for you not to know than know, because once you know, there's no more allowance for sin. Like me, I've been sanctified, so I'll never sin again, because the Lord has revealed to me the truth. So if I was to go back into error, if I was to err in my faith or fall away, it would be my own fault. And that's why I always say, I remember the Lord telling me to get his seal, get the seal of God, and he would protect me. Because we know that wrath falls on children that are disobedient. When anybody's in sin, they've always suffered the formalities of that sin-filled life: chaos, confusion, impairment in their health and physical abilities, sound decision-making processes. To say I haven't sinned is a lie, whom I was chief. Some of the greatest prophets were sinners, but the Lord redeemed them, and he showed his power through them. So that's what the sanctification process does for you, or the front, or the signet, or Zerubbabel. And this is what it's speaking of, or the spirit of Elijah. The spirit of truth will come upon you. Reveal all truth about yourself. Examine and judge yourself. Take the motes and beams out of your own eye. Don't worry about other people's sins. If you're still standing in yours, let him without sin throw the first stone. You can't correct somebody, and you wouldn't even be believable to start to correct other people in their iniquities if you're still living in them. Even all the Lord hath commanded you by the hand of Moses from the day of the Lord commanded Moses, and henceforward among your generations. Then it shall be committed by ignorance without the knowledge of the congregation, that all the congregation shall offer one young bullock for a burnt offering, for a sweet savor unto the Lord, with the meat offering, and his drink offering, according to the manner, and one kind of the goats for a sin offering. And if the priest shall make an atonement for all the congregation of the children of Israel, and it shall be forgiven them, for it is ignorance, and they shall bring their offering. And it shall be forgiven all the congregation of the children of Israel, and the stranger that sojourning among them, seeing all the people were in ignorance. See, I want to talk about a little bit about righteousness and meekness. The righteous and meek inherit the land. Because we're not living in rebellion. We're not at war with anybody. We're not at war with ourselves. And the rebellious people, the synagogue of Satan, let's say, are fighting one another. They're slandering each other. They're taking each other out. 1,000 will fall by the wayside. You'll see the reward of the wicked and watch them perish. If you want to live in Egypt, you'll receive the plagues of Egypt. Remember, Pharaoh hardened his heart to the covenant with the Lord, and so did King Solomon. Many people in the Bible fell away to their evil desires, but they also destroyed themselves, living in that defiance or rebellious nature. And if my soul sin, though through ignorance, then he shall bring a she-goat to the first year of sin offering. The individual that sins knowingly, but he soul that doeth aught presumptuously, whether he be born in the land or a stranger, the same reproacheth the Lord, and that soul shall be cut off from among his people. You will see the reward of the wicked and watch it perish. I will remove sin and sinners off my land. Actually, the wages of sin is death, the sin that they're living with. The sin because the Lord is your creator, so the sin you choose to live in, by choice or unchoice, choosable, is what's going to remove you. That's the intricate design that the Lord made you. So you're actually, by your own choice, defaulting into removal. I will remove sin and sinner off this land, because the wages of sin is death. Let the dead bury their dead. You're dying. You're actively dying in your sins. You're dead in your trespasses. So that's what I say, without holiness, we have to become back into the image of Christ. And that's through deed and action. Every idle word and action goes in judgment. Don't throw yourself into condemnation. You can't live a life filled with sin and think that it's not going to destroy you. I've never known anybody to live in sin not be destructive in their nature or have physical impairments from those sins. Because he has despised the word of the Lord and has broken his commandment, that soul shall utterly be cut off. His iniquity shall be upon him. Like they follow the ways of Cain, rituals of Balaam, and destroyed themselves. Cain went into willful sin and envious and jealous spirit, and he killed his own brother. So, like a Cain is a religious system, let's say. You follow the ways of Cain, the Cainites, Phoenicia, Carthaginian, cult of death, because they're breaking their covenant. The golden image or golden calf was symbolic of breaking your covenant with the Most High God. You went into your own evil desires. Just like Pharaoh, the Lord gave him 4 plagues, the plagues of Egypt. You want to live a confused life? You get the plagues from the confused life you live. The Lord had to let him go to his own derogatory nature, or his fallen nature, or his sinful wills, And just, the Lord can only draw you back. It says your own stumbling should reprove or correct you. If it stops correcting you, or if you no longer want to desire that correction, that's a debased or reprobated mind that's been given over to your own evil or vile desires, where you just think you can live life on your own terms and not be repercussions. You no longer can see or have remorse for the sin. Like Cain, he didn't feel sorry for what he had done. He was trying to cover up his sin. A sin that goes covered can't be forgiven because you don't even feel sorry. You're not even revealing them. You're not even, you're hiding them. And you're only destroying yourself. So the mark of Cain was marked for death. And that's what he said, I'm not going to let two people go down for one evil. No one's going to touch you. I'm going to mark you. Your own consciousness, your own lifestyle, your own destructive ways is going to remove you off this land because you're defiant, you're rebellious. So the Lord knew he didn't have to do anybody living in darkness. That darkness was going to take them out.